to be praised.
Hi, I'm Earl Christy.
Hi, I'm Pastor Muldron, Coach Muldron the son.
Welcome to the show. TAC. What does that stand for? Talking about Christ.
Oh, talking about Christ. What a great subject.
Oh, I tell you, we can talk all day about it. I mean, we've been truly blessed, and I think about the many things that you've done, Pastor Muldron. Not only are you a pastor, you're a teacher, you're a coach. I mean, it goes on, and that's a blessing.
Yes, sir, it's a blessing. It's great to be here with the Super Bowl champ. Sitting here talking for Christ. What a great experience to be out here in Florida, Sunshine State, with a man like yourself who's been all over the world. And it's great. Let's talk about Christ.
And the best is yet to come, because when I think about Christ, there are certain topics we talk about. We talk about the fruits of the Spirit, and one week we talked about love. We talked about joy. Guess what this week is? Peace.
Peace.
And we surely need it. And my prayers go out to the people in Orlando, Florida. I mean, really, that's touching to
Manchester. It's just all over the world.
Yes.
People need peace, and if we had that type of peace on the inside, then a lot of times, people can turn to other alternatives besides violence.
No question about
it. And terror. So that let us know that what me and you are doing and others are doing, preaching Christ. I think if they get a little piece of it, a little taste of it, this world gonna change.
No question. That's the only way it's gonna really change. It's all about that personal relationship. And of course, I like to play with the letters in peace. And I started off with the P, and the P stands for the Prince of Peace. And I just like to read this from Isaiah 9:6. For a child is born to us, a son is given to us. The government will rest on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
Prince of Peace. That's the key.
That's our key.
And, that E is talk about in peace. It talks about eternal life. Oh, for God so loved the world.
Come on now.
That he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have what? Eternal life. So what a great message for people who's struggling to know that even if you're having some tough times on this side of the earth, God said he'll give you a better time on the other side, what we call heaven, eternal life.
A lot of times we can't even visualize how awesome the other time, especially once you learn more about God, talking about it, living each and every day, then you can understand all the greatness of him.
That's why we got to talk about Christ.
The creator of the world.
Yes,
the creator of the universe. And I think about peace, about the A in peace. It's attitude. Now, being in the sports world.
Yes, sir.
Attitude will take us to our altitude. It will take us as high as we want to go in life. And when I think about that, I think about the joy of God in our lives. And I want to go to Matthew 5:3 to 3, talking about the beautiful things about God. Those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Those are the Beatitudes.
Yes,
and
sir.
we think about another one. Matthew 5:4 says, God bless those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew 5:5 says, God bless those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth. And I just love that word, humble. When you become more humble, you become closer to God.
Yeah, humility is the key to just about anything, even in the athletics. Me being a coach over the last 33 years, and I tell these guys, man, you got talent, you know where it come from, but don't get it past your head, because you have to stay humble, because humility, what that brings is a sense of thankfulness and gratefulness. But when you're not humble and you're arrogant and you're cocky and you're overconfident, man, you're ready to fall. Is that right?
You're absolutely right. And that I talk to a lot of the guys in the NFL, and one of the most important things, and we talk about, where did your talent come from? It came from God. A lot of times they want credit and say, I did this, I did that. No, it came from the creator of the world. And we like to say we have to be grateful and thankful for that.
Yes,
And we
sir.
forget sometimes.
Yes, sir. So as we continue on that road of peace, you said the P, the E, and the A. So let me pick up with the C.
Okay, come on now.
Since
bring
we're
it.
talking about Christ,
Yeah.
we're going to say that C is Christ.
No, it's no doubt
Yeah,
about it.
it is Christ. And let me give you a little scripture on that. The Bible talks about that Christ, I can do all things through who?
Christ.
Through Christ. Who do what? Who
strengthens
strengthen us.
No doubt about it.
So if somebody out there need a little strength tonight, as you hear this broadcast, take a few moments and get down and talk to the Lord about it. It's just some things man not going to give you an answer to. But I guarantee you, I promise you, if you talk to God about it, if you let Christ in and commune and talk to him about it, everything going to be all right.
And when you think about that, you think about prayer. And a lot of times, God answers prayer. He may not come when you want it, but he is on time. There's no question about it.
On time.
I mean, you communicate just like we're talking. When you really bring it to him in sincerity, and this not saying words, when you really truly, because he wants our heart.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you want to pick up that E?
Oh,
Let's
man.
finish that thing up.
Come
now.
on now. Now, some people are going to think it's eternity, and that's part of it. But guess what? Evidence. And that evidence comes from what book? The greatest book that's ever written? The Holy Bible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Come on now.
But the evidence of things not seen.
If you want the answers, it's in that book. And if we look at it, the book over there, it says NFL. You say, what does that stand for? No, it doesn't stand for the National Football League. It stands for Newfound Life. And that's what it's all about. When you read that book, man, it's a game changer.
Yes, sir. And it's only like a small percentage of those guys get to the NFL, the National Football League. But guess what? It's a bigger percentage could get in this league right here. This league is wide open. The Lord is drafting people every day.
Well, this is a winning league.
Yes, sir.
You're going to win. Ain't no question. There's no losers in here.
Championship bow, baby.
Hey, we try to be champions for the Lord. That is where the joy, and we always talk about my joy comes from the Lord.
Yes, sir. The joy of the Lord is
Our
your strength. Yes, sir.
And I'm telling you, it's amazing. It reminds me, you've coached and everything. And in school, I used to say the Lord's Prayer because I was a coach in school. You know what I'm saying? We took prayer out of school, and that one of the saddest things that's ever happened. But that's okay. We're gonna deal with our young people.
I'm gonna do a check make on you on that now.
Uh-oh.
Prayer ain't never left school.
Come on, I know you absolutely.
Because kids are praying every day. They got the fellowship of Christian athletes. They got clubs.
Thank you.
And when I was at Blake High School, man, they every year for 6 years they prayed around the flagpole.
Well, and guess what? You can even do it before class starts,
There you
and
go.
that makes it legal.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you brought
Yes,
that
sir.
up.
But
Exactly.
it's some believers on campus who's walking around campus praying.
That's right.
And they toting their Bible. So it ain't stopped. They slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know how when I was playing running back, I fumbled one time, but hey, give it to me again, I'm gonna score.
Well, we don't want to talk about fumbles anymore because we might bring up an incident. No, I'm just kidding. But that just shows you're not perfect. But the bottom line, it is great that, like you said, we have those different fellowships. I know when I was growing up, and my grandmother had me in the youth fellowship in church and Bible school, all those great things. Those things give you a great foundation. You may spread a little bit.
And Mr. Christy, should I say ambassador, they can't outdo God, man. God gonna always have it getting it. I mean, they may slow it down, but they can't stop it.
No.
I mean, believers are everywhere. Everywhere. Every audience, every genre, every type of music, cowboys, skateboard, you name it. The Lord have his people everywhere spreading the love. And it's all about love.
No, when you think about
it's all
love.
about love. It's not about religion.
No.
It's about love.
And especially those fruits of the Spirit.
Oh.
Love, joy, and peace,
Yes,
as
sir.
we're talking about today.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. I'm just so thankful that the people before of us shared that with us. And, of course, you over to a great church. the General Assembly Church of the Firstborn, where I had the good fortune, and you can maybe elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, we want to give thanks for Pastor Bishop Francis S. Davis and Senior Pastor Catherine Davis. We right there in the heart of Tampa Bay of the Holy Ghost, right down there in the hood, right down there where they say you don't have to pick them up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to shake the tree; they're already on the ground.
That's
you
right.
just get them up, and they call us a Fix Them Up, Patch Them Up Church, non-denominational Christian church, feed the homeless, counsel, inspire people to get up, and don't give out.
Well, I just say I was blessed to be a part of that church,
Yes, sir.
and had the opportunity to be ordained in that wonderful church.
And like you always say, I've been all over the world. And I be sending you all over the world because what you gonna do? Talk for Christ.
Christ, no question about it. We love talking about sports, but nothing greater than talking about the person that protects us each and every day. And I think about how awesome it is when we think about the breath that we take. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have woke up this morning.
Can't do it without him.
No doubt about it. And the more we learn about it and we understand, and that's through the reading, the studying. We can read the Bible, but studying the Bible will take you to another level.
That's just like an athlete, They got to study that playbook if they want success.
I always say, practice hard, work hard, but practice harder.
There you go.
And that's what it's all about. You have the opportunity to be consistent in what you're doing, and you put that in your life. Because, see, we are physical beings and we're spiritual beings. But we dwell too much in the physical being part, and that will never be satisfied. But the spiritual part will take you to levels that you can't even imagine.
Yes, sir. So what a great setting, man. TAC, Talking for Christ, with one and only Mr. Earl Christy, worldwide apostle, ambassador. Great opportunity to share with you, sir. And we we love you.
Well, I'm just grateful. When you think about it, it's a humble feeling to be able to talk about how awesome he is, how awesome he has been to my family and friends. All we have to do is embrace him. And we're so blessed that, hey, he died on the cross, that we have another opportunity, to have another second chance. I'm so thankful for that. And let's continue to go on, and we'll be right back with Pastor Muldron from the General Assembly Church of the Firstborn.
Thank you, sir.
So stay with us.
God bless you.
At Moss Nissan, our 555 sales event is back. That's right, stop by either location, test drive any vehicle. We'll give you your price, payment, and interest rate within 5 minutes. You get 5 chances to win $5,000 given away on the 5th of every month. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes. At Moss Nissan, we encourage you to visit us online from anywhere. Search our entire inventory, select a vehicle. We'll email you your price, payment, interest rate within 10 minutes, and once a bank approves the deal, we'll even deliver it to your home or office in less than 1 hour. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes.
Okay, we're back.
Yes, sir.
I got to tell you about Moss Nissan and my good buddy David Morris Jr. is not here today, as we know, because Pastor Muldron is filling in for him. He's taking care of his father's business, and he's taking care of the Heavenly Father's business. What a great young man. And I want to tell you about Morris dealership. Location, 2 locations. That's right. And we have one definitely in Newport Richey, right off of Highway 19 and Highway 54 and to Crystal River. So go ahead and visit, because I got my new car this year, and I'm so excited about it, that Nissan. Okay, we're back, and of course, talking to Pastor Muldron from the General Assembly Church of the Firstborn.
Yes, sir, Mr. Christy. Nice to be here, on the set with you. First time been over here at We Bean TV, and it's a phenomenal place. It needs to be opened up to the world.
Well, guess what? We're going to try to put it out there, and I'm loving that shirt. Tell us something about that shirt. I love when you say foundation. That means you're doing something good.
It's Sports Kid Underwood Foundation is a foundation that was given to me through one of my former members by the name of John L. Underwood. He started it doing homeless shelter for inmates as well as people off the street. And he was getting a little ill, and he passed on. Thank God he's in heaven. But he passed it on to me, so we put a little splash on it, called it Sports Kid Underwood Foundation. Now it's a mentoring program for student athletes all across the Tampa Bay area. And what we focus on is, our mission is each one reach one, teach one. So if I reach one and they reach one and they teach one, and then we go back and get the other ones, and we just making a vicious cycle. Also, our vision is that to empower the youth, to inspire and empower youth to become healthy, wealthy, and wise. I figure if they can get those 3 in their system, they're going to be a mighty, mighty person in the earth. So that's a little bit about Sports Kid Underwood Foundation. We got about 50 kids we're working with across the Bay Area, and taking them through a lot of mentoring with community people out there who come in with and shadow them. And also, if they have a career path, we match them up with people with career path, whether it be a lawyer, doctor.
Right.
We just had a field trip at an attorney office there, and kids enjoyed it. So great community piece.
I mean, you've had the good joy of being coach and teacher. I had the good fortune of visiting one of your schools that, because I always visit some of your schools. But anyhow, you had Webb Elementary, and you had some young folks.
Webb Middle School.
Okay.
Yeah, Webb Middle School. I've been around. God has blessed me. This is my 33rd year.
Okay.
I got about 2 more years. I'll probably retire from the school system and continue on my journey in ministry. But my journey has been from Gaither High School, Greco Middle School, Blake High School, 16 years, Tampa Bay Tech, King, and now McLean. Now I'm currently at Webb Middle School. So we gonna do the stretch right there.
Well, you touched a lot of young people lives.
Well, that's one of my callings, is to inspire and empower young people. Right now, thousands of guys have went on and played professional sports, whether it be baseball, football, and right now we have 3 or 4 guys in the league right now, some of the coaching I've done. And but the most important thing is that we point them to Christ. We always had that opportunity to pray with them. I got guys now 35, 40 years old still call me, Coach, I need prayer, or Coach, what the word say about this. So it don't stop.
No.
It don't stop. It's something that it's a lifetime. I'm coach lifetime to a lot of these young men, and I know you can understand that.
Well, what a joy, to see young people. And you always say, sow seeds. You must sow seeds, and you're getting some great harvest.
Yes,
We're not going to give up on this world, because we know there's some great young people, and we got to start with the youth. I remember going to a few churches, and they didn't have a lot of young people in. I know at the church where I am now at Crossover, we have 200 or 300 youth every Sunday coming to church, That's a church that's growing, and you need to feed a church. You don't need a dying church. You need young people.
Right. I mean, if you look through the scripture, there's always that young generation. David was a young man before he came king.
Yes.
You know, so God always uses young people to make a movement in the earth. You know, he used us, and I'm getting on the other side now for wisdom. They got the energy and the strength to rip and run, and we got the wisdom to guide and to nurture and to support. You know, and a lot of times all they need is just a little nurturing support and the financial. You know, a lot of times they don't have the finances. Like, we got a young man going to be coming on the set here pretty soon called Chosen One. You know, all he needs is a little push behind him, and he's going to be all over the world.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Tell me, you know, a lot of times we don't think about church being fun, but when I grew up, I had fun at a vacation Bible school. They made fun for me. The MYF, Methodist Youth Fellowship Organization. I had fun, so that helped me.
Right.
How do you do it today to make it fun for the young people?
Well, it's the environment. You set the environment. You know, some people frown on the Christian rappers. You know, kids love rappers. So God has raised us some Christian rappers because he knows young people like rap music. Some people like rock music. Some people like country music. So God guides us everywhere to raise these kids up with a godly perspective and with a positive message. You know, not the other negative stuff that's going to cause them to do some crazy things, you know. So we are blessed to be in a generation that God has a lot of multifaceted platforms for people to get on to bring the young people in.
And that's what you got to make it interesting. You got to make it exciting. And you know, we as school teachers, you know, I even had the nerve to teach physical education, but even math tutoring, where I made it fun for them. I would have teams, and we would go against each other with the multiplication tables. You have to be creative for young people because they do have those young, active minds, and their attention span is not the longest, so we got to work and cater to that.
That's right. You got to work on their strengths and build their weaknesses.
And, you know, just having fun and be enthusiastic about it, too, because there's a difference. Kids can tell whether you like it, you know, and whether you care, because I always say, people don't care how much you know. They want to know how much you care.
Right, and you talked about attitude, you know, in the piece that we talked about in the first segment. Because if I'm an educator and I'm one that's trying to motivate, my attitude got to be number one. You know, they got to want to come talk to coach. They got to want to be a part. They want to be around you. Because if you got the right attitude, it's like a magnet. It draws them to them. Because everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to be cared about. So that's the key, you know, your attitude.
Well, you know, I get excited. You know that, and I'm just so blessed. And our excitement comes from the Creator, because I know where my strength's coming from.
Yes,
and
sir.
You said earlier, and you appreciate that. And that's where that happiness and joy, and be consistent with it. Be hungry for it. Have a passion.
Yes, sir. And a lot of people looking for solutions and the answer to the problem. TAC. That's an entry. Just talk about him and let him in. Your whole world will change. You know, because everybody really is searching for answers. You know, they search through, especially kids. You know, their parents tell them this, the church tell them this, and their friends telling them one thing. But once they get that personal relationship and let God mentor and coach them through situations and conditions, man, what a great, great, great life. It's a wonderful journey. I got saved at 12.
12 years old.
Now, I was a little rascal boy before 12.
Hey, we'll always be rusty until we make that transition.
But man,
yes.
Mama used to tear me up, man, before 12. I was a rough little joker. I was a little mean. I had a little mean streak in me.
You had a mean streak in you?
Yes, sir. But when I accepted Christ, my whole attitude, I was honoring my mom, my father. Today, I honored my mother at 83. I took her for lunch.
God bless you.
You know, so Christ make a difference in your life. I'm a living witness.
Well, I'm going to join your living witness, because my grandmother brought me home from the hospital. I was baptized as a baby, and I'm telling you, Christ has been in my life all my 74 young years. because I tell people I'm 74 going on 24, but I'm serious. All my life, my family that you associate with or social be, and I'm just so grateful to my grandmother Hattie Christy. And my mother was only 16 years older than me, so I've had Christ in my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up with my dad, but man, then we later on had a relationship, and I'm so grateful that because I had family people that truly love the Lord.
Yeah, we being TV. Now, one thing, Mr. Christie have advantage on me. He got the name Christy. He got Christ in his name. I mean, how can you beat a man like that? He already got. I mean, you spell his name Christ, and he just put a Y on it. If we talking about Christ, you say you were baptized when you was a baby. Come on, man. How can somebody compete with that?
Well, guess what? It even got better and better. When I was a school teacher, we had to swipe in at our later years, and it would swipe. And it would leave off the Y and says Christ. So I couldn't get away if I wanted. And I had good speed. I'm running towards him. I'm so thankful. And I tell people, you know, I'll share the word that I'm in love with Christ. I am in love with God because the joy, and like I said before, the Super Bowl or all the other things that God has given me doesn't compare to the love that he has for me. That's how I am able to love others.
Wow. That's no comparison.
Yeah,
you compared it with the Super Bowl and Christ. That's no comparison.
No comparison. And I'm just so thankful for it. And special guests like yourself and guests that we have coming up real soon. It's a joy. I'm so thankful and grateful. And I love that word when you talk about grateful. And you know, and God is so awesome because He gave us grace, and He says in His word, "My grace is sufficient." And we're going to go to a station break, and you're going to stay with us because we got some great guests coming up next. So don't touch that dial. Just watch us, and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Yes.
At Moss Nissan, our 555 sales event is back. That's right. Stop by either location, test drive any vehicle. We'll give you your price, payment, and interest rate within 5 minutes. You get 5 chances to win $5,000 given away on the 5th of every month. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes. At Moss Nissan, we encourage you to visit us online from anywhere. Search our entire inventory, select a vehicle. We'll email you your price, payment, interest rate within 10 minutes, and once a bank approves the deal, we'll even deliver it to your home or office in less than 1 hour. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes.
Okay, we're back, and boy, I want to say hi to my good buddy, David Marsh Jr. and first Senior. How you guys doing? I'm telling you, I just love these guys, and we're very proud and privileged to have one of the gentlemen from the great, I must have fumbled the ball. Technical problems. That's what's good about live TV.
Yes, sir.
We're versatile, as long as you recover. Well, like I was saying, they have someone from that great dealership, and we're going to talking about his testimony. Oh, what a testimony. We look forward to it. And we're talking to Sean and Sue Ginley. Okay?
Ginley.
I got it. Okay.
That's all right.
That's all right. That's a mouthful. Well, welcome to the show. And of course,
Thank you.
With Pastor Muldron, we're just going to be enjoying your company. And first of all, where were you born? Where are you from?
I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. Right
Show
here on the
off.
street. Yep.
I'm telling
Born and
you.
raised.
God bless you. Yeah.
My wife is from
Boston.
Framingham, right?
No, Fairhaven, Boston.
Boston.
Wait a minute. You said Boston?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll forgive you. I won't even go there.
I'm a Patriot girl.
We won't talk about
Starting on the shop.
Yeah, we won't talk about no sports, but that's okay. So tell us about some of the great things that really have happened in your life that really brought you to Christ.
Well, you know, I can kind of relate to your story a little bit, Earl, because when I was a kid, I knew that I knew who God was. And I remember on a number of occasions standing in the middle of the street as a young man around 9, 10 years old, and talking to God on my own regularly. And I knew John 3:16 because I went to Sunday school as a kid.
Right.
And I knew John 3:16 my entire life. But it didn't stop me from experiencing some really rough stuff in my life. I started to drink as a young boy. I went to a Catholic school called Mary Help of Christians in Tampa.
Right.
And some stuff happened there that threw me off. Because it was a Catholic school and I was living there. It was an all-boys boarding school.
Right.
And there's a lot of people out there that know what happened to Mary Help of Christians, but I was one of those young boys that had some issues happen to me. So I kind of ran from God, and I was confused as a young boy, and then I went to Bogosiega High School.
Okay.
And got my GED. I didn't even finish high school. But my path, there's been an angel on my shoulder my whole life, but I was the guy that was, I grabbed God when I was in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed him when I was in trouble, and I did that a lot. But about 7.5 years ago, I was, you couldn't tell it now, but I was a personal trainer at a gym, and this lady right here would come in on a daily basis with about 4 or 5 young women with her.
Right.
13, 14, 15 years old. And I was always impressed by that because I knew that she had something to do with the church down the street.
Right.
And these young girls were from
Tarpon Methodist
Tarpon Methodist, and she was a youth leader.
Okay.
So I got to know her pretty well while she was coming to the gym that I was pretty much almost like the manager of. I kind of ran the gym.
Right.
And I got to know her husband, I got to know her family that came and worked out there. And then something tragic happened in her life where her husband committed suicide.
Wow.
And shortly after that, we started to have coffee together and talk, and then the rest just happened for us. But I was experiencing different churches every now and then. I was lost, but I knew Jesus.
Okay.
I was just lost. I was using the things of the world to make me feel better, and I was very impressed by her, and I am to today, because she has really made the path that I've been on since I've met her. And now we go to a church off of Trouble Creek called Calvary Christian Worship Center. Pastor Strayer, I love the guy.
Okay.
We're there every Sunday, whether I need it or not.
God sent you an angel. And
Yeah, he did.
No
He
doubt
did.
about it. I mean, he's an awesome God.
He is an awesome God.
And, you know, and you can share some of the great things you did with the young people. That's so
Oh,
important.
I loved working with the youth group. I love it. I mean, we did traveling. We did everything. Went into, like you were talking earlier, went into some of the jails and visited the girls there. And just like you said, they just need love.
Yes.
They just need love and hugs and someone to listen to them and love on them. And that's all they wanted. But I mean, it was a privilege to work with these kids. You know, I love them because, see, some of them don't have it at home.
Right.
And when they come to the youth group, then they have it.
Right.
And you just feed into them and just love on them. And it's a beautiful experience. I miss it. I really do. I miss it. You know, we still do things now, and I talk to some of them, but not like, you know, working with the youth.
Right.
Because that's so important. It's so important to work with the kids.
We're on the same team, and that's
Amen.
what's so important.
Amen.
We need one another. You know, we inspire each other, we motivate each other, and that's what it's all about. I tell you, this guy, I can't say enough about him. And when I go over to the church, the General Assembly Church, he just open arms, and he allows me. See, they have a regiment over there where certain people will minister every Friday, and he said, "You can take my spot anytime, Earl." And he be giving it up to me, and I love it. Sometimes I'm so honored and privileged to have the opportunity to share the word. Oh man, if people just only knew the joy of God in your heart, and that's what you want from. I have a quest that, you know, I hope and pray that I think about. I love for people to be inspired to experience the love of God in their life. And I'm telling you, it is unbelievable. And you know, I told you about the Super Bowl. It doesn't even compare to that. And that's what. And God gave me that reason to let people know how awesome He is in our lives, and we need Him. And He wants us to depend on Him each and every day. And when I first met you two, I could just see the joy in your life. And now I know some of the reason.
And another big part of the reason is because the guy I work for. I'm extremely blessed to be in the profession that I'm in and work for a guy that allows us to bring it to customers, to bring it to the salespeople that work with me. I've been in this business a long time, and that was the struggle for me.
Right.
Because sales is extremely selfish.
Okay.
That's extremely selfish. You're
It's
trying to
not
sell
easy.
something to somebody. You know what I mean? And God somehow told me, Sean, you don't have to be in a church to do it.
That's right.
You know, you don't have to be down at the park
right.
and talking to homeless people. You can do it on your job. And I'm on my job sometimes 10, 11, 12 hours a day. And when I was able to focus on really helping people,
That's it.
helping people get themselves an automobile, helping salespeople sell people automobiles. The word humility that you talked about earlier, being humble and getting to know people and wanting to be their car guy for the rest of their life by treating them right. And the guy that I work for allows us to do that. Matter of fact, he insists on it.
Well,
David
guess
Moss.
thank you. I was going to say David Moss Sr.
awesome.
I love him.
He's
I'll
awesome.
tell anybody. He's one of the greatest persons I've ever met in my
Yes.
life, because you could see he lives it, not just only say it, but speak it. Action speaks louder than words. And when I come in to visit you guys, I just love being in there. That great atmosphere, and it's all about personal relationship, and it starts with the Creator.
Yes, it
Amen.
does.
There's no
does.
question about it. I'm telling you, I'm just overwhelmed with joy when I talk about and hear stories, because it's all in our testimony, and we all have a testimony, and we're
Yeah.
working together.
We do.
That's what God created us to have, joy in this world. That's what it's all about. And you mentioned a great thing. We're on the workplace, wherever you are, not just only in church, not just only on the playing field or whatever. It's everywhere, because God is 24/7.
Right.
And when we realize that, we'll have a greater life.
And with this job that I have and that we all have, if I did not have Christ in my life every day,
Couldn't do it.
it would it would not be any fun, trust me.
No question.
It wouldn't.
It's not
It's
a
a reason
job.
to be there. That's exactly right. It's not.
It's a great career. I mean, that's what, you got to be happy wherever you are.
It's true.
That's the joy of life. Right?
That word peace that you were talking about earlier.
Oh,
I wouldn't have any peace if it wasn't for.
oh, and that's so important.
Yes,
you
sir.
know, I laugh at people when they say, "Oh, I'm so bored. I can go to the airport 2 hours early." I never get bored. And you know what I used to do sometimes? I would write postcards to different people while I'm waiting or doing something constructive. And now they got all kinds of TVs there. But I mean,
Yeah.
just to relax, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're in a world right now, we're always hearing the fast food world.
Oh, it's
and
so
nothing wrong with fast food, but it's the world that we need to take our
Information.
time. Be still.
And
I know that I am
Yes.
Lord.
Good
Amen.
night. Way to finish
Amen.
it. I'm serious. And we don't take time. And we owe it to ourselves.
Right.
We sometimes we need me time. See, it's good right me time, man. Hey, my best friend is Jesus Christ, and I'll tell anybody that.
Amen.
And if we put things in perspective and we put him first, your spouse second. No, excuse me, next. I don't use second. Next. Forgive me,
Yeah.
okay? Next. And yourself third. That's the order. That's the winning combination.
What a combination. What a
Come on, you know about winning. I mean, you know, that's what it's all about. It's so simple, but yet so powerful.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
So true.
I just enjoy when I see people winning in life. And you can win in life when you put your heart into it. And, you know, I always say to people, whatever it is, a job or anything, if I don't want to put my passion in it, then I don't need that job. I'm going to give it everything, every moment. Just like I tell the athlete, when they step out on that field, you give it all. You give it all. Don't take no plays off. That's the same way in life or whatever business or whatever you're in.
Yeah.
You give it all every moment because it's a privilege and an honor to have the opportunity in doing things in life. And that's what it's all about.
Amen.
Every day I wake up, I say, man, I got another day.
Another
And
day.
I am
There you go.
so
There you
grateful.
go.
I'll open my eyes. You know?
That's true.
Of course, we're running out of time, and just thank you for coming on the show.
you. Our
And,
pleasure.
and you guys are awesome, man.
Thank you.
Looking like honeymooners over there. Look at that smile. No wonder he was smiling like that. We'll go to a station break. We'll be right back.
At Moss Nissan, our 555 sales event is back. That's right, stop by either location, test drive any vehicle. We'll give you your price, payment, and interest rate within 5 minutes. You get 5 chances to win $5,000 given away on the 5th of every month. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes. Moss Nissan, we encourage you to visit us online from anywhere. Search our entire inventory, select a vehicle. We'll email you your price, payment, interest rate within 10 minutes, and once a bank approves the deal, we'll even deliver it to your home or office in less than 1 hour. Moss Nissan, whatever it takes.
Okay, we're back. Come on now, Pastor, you got some outstanding
We
guests.
got a phenomenal guest in here tonight at TAC, all the way from the Bahamas.
That's right.
We got chosen one in the house.
In the house.
He's going to give us a selection, kind of break the ice a little bit, then we're going to hear his testimony in a few moments.
Amen.
Chosen one, take it from here.
All right. Listen. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. Said I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. Said I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death. Listen. Me not deal with no evil thing. Me come against every evil thing. For the Father I will sing, sing, sing. Never worry about the bling, bling, bling. For Jesus Christ, yes, I'll do my thing. Shine my light for the world to see that Jesus Christ really lives in me. Cause there's no place that I'd rather be. Yes, Jesus, fill my seat. Yes, Jesus, fill my every need. So back up, Satan, cause you're not the one I see. I'm not of this world, blessed enemy. I'm smitten spiritual bullets, and this is the way I speak. Yea, do I walk valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Yeah, said I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. Yeah, said I'll fear no evil. Yo, I said I fear no evil, do no evil. Satan can never get on my level. I'ma shake the devil, I'ma break the devil. Cause I'm living right, I'm doing right, and this is how I'm doing it. Living up for Christ and I ain't never ever stopping it. I'm on a different page, I'm on a different range. Many things in my brother is so strange. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. Yeah, I will fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. I'm making it right, I'm keeping it tight for Jesus Christ. No matter my struggles, no matter my fight, I gotta live my life, I gotta shine my light. Yes, for Jesus Christ, holding up, cause he filled my cup run it over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I'm making it right, I'm keeping it tight, I'm shining my light. And for Jesus Christ, I gotta keep on living this life. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Said I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Yeah, said I'll fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Look at me, I got my war clothes on, looking at the devil, tell the devil bring it on. I'm like Sylvester Stallone, tell the devil leave me alone. I'm like Rambo, Matumbo, you know how that goes. I'm fully loaded, lock and loaded, and I'm ready to blow. They call me CHOSEN, the number one. I'm living, Father, I'm living for the Son. So no matter what they say, I ain't get time to play. I'm on a mission all day, each and every day. Man, he gotta fast and pray. I look at the devil and tell him, man, I don't play. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Yeah, I will fear no evil. Yea, do I walk in the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Yeah.
Oh,
Man, I'm telling you, that's awesome.
man. Psalms 23, live and in color, right here. TAC, chosen one.
Amen.
Man, you here with the great Super Bowl champ, Mr. Earl Christy, and I'm your own Pastor K.L. Muldron. You know me. We kind of go together on some things.
Yes.
But tell us about what happened to you. Give us your testimony.
Well, a few years back, I wanted to see what the world was like. And I was sitting at a bar one night with my best friend. And as I was about to put the beer bottle to my mouth, the reflection of God's face came down. And God said to me, he said, this is not where I have for you to be. This is not what I have for you to do. And I was disobedient to the Spirit, wanted to do my own thing and see what the world was like. And going back at home, because we lived 2 hours out of the city, about an hour out of the city. And as we were going home, the front tire blew out and the car slid 3 different ways, side to side. And then it flipped about 5 to 6 times. When the car flipped, there was a metal that was supposed to go through my head. I literally saw an angel taking that metal and pulling it to the side.
Right.
And when I got out of the car, if you had seen the car, you'd have known that it was only God that saved me. I came out of the car with no scratches, no broken bones, no injuries, nothing. And that night I got down on my knees and I said, God, from here on in, I'm going to serve you. Wherever you want me to go, whatever you want me to do, I'm going to do it. I told my friend, I said, man, it's time to change. And he said to me, he said, man, I ain't ready yet. And 2 weeks after that, he called me, he said, man, I'm going out tonight. I want you to come go with me. I said, bro, that's it. I'm giving it all to Jesus. Amen. And he said to me, he said, well, anyway, I'll catch up with you later. Not knowing that catch up with him later was going to be the last time I heard from him.
Wow.
Sunday morning, I was getting ready for church, and my mom called me. She said, did you hear what happened? I said, no. She said, well, your friend was in a car accident. And this time he exploded inside of the car.
Wow.
And that just basically changed my life totally. And ever since, I've just been running for God. I'm now 30 years of age, and I've been running for God ever since.
So that's how that C1 come. That C1 chosen one, that's where you got the name from.
Right.
Okay,
and that's how chosen one became what it is today.
Right. And I see you have some merchandise with you. Is that something you created yourself?
Yeah. This is all a design, not just by myself. It's a design that God gave to me. And God told me not just to use Chosen One as a ministry, but also brand my own clothing line.
Great.
And so this is the clothing line here, C1 clothing line. This is Chosen One clothing line, and it's a clothing line that is not just a clothing line. It's a clothing line that is going to make an impact and make a difference throughout this world. And when you wear this, you're not going to just wear a hat or a shirt. You're going to feel the presence of God, because we prayed over these and we give this back to God. And so when you wear these, you're wearing a miracle. And so, we got hats.
Right.
The hats are $15, and we also got T-shirts. The T-shirts are $10.
Chosen
One clothing line.
Nice.
And it's all about making a difference and sharing that godly love.
Yeah. So if someone want to try to get some merchandise or products from you, how can they get in contact with you?
They can hit me up on Facebook. It's Rendell, Rendal, last name Munnings, Munnings. You can hit me up on Facebook, or you can contact me or my wife at 813-753-2785, or you can contact my wife at 813-279-3544.
Oh, next time
you gotta
we on the
repeat
set.
that.
Yeah,
you gotta repeat that number again, because you always have to repeat it.
That's right.
Times.
Okay, so it's 813-753-2785, and my wife is 813-279-3544.
And when the next time we come on the set, he gonna give the testimony of how he came in contact with this beautiful queen that he has. It is a phenomenal testimony.
Well,
the journey. The next time we come, we got to have him on for that. Because I tell you, that is, I thought I had him beat.
Yeah.
But he got me beat when it come down to getting the queen.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's so beautiful? I love the word chosen one. Because, the old saying goes, there's many are called, but few are chosen.
Yes.
So, and that's what's so awesome about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm just so elated about the thing. And one of the things that you have to be proud of too, that you're fulfilling your purpose. And one of these shows, we're going to be talking about purpose.
Praise
and
God.
that's the life and game change. There's no question about when one can live its purpose.
Yes.
Their purpose.
Yes.
So, Mr. Christy, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to sow a seed in Chosen One's ministry. And you say the black and gold, that look good on you?
Man, I tell you.
Let me see that black and gold cat. Let's see how that look on Mr. Christy here. Well, we're going to sow a seed with your dad, and you can take the shirt with you.
There you go.
So now
There
you're
you
a
go.
chosen one
There you
outfit
go.
down. God bless you.
I'm
Yes,
telling
sir.
you.
And that's for you as well.
Oh,
For being
man.
a phenomenal man of God, we want to give you this.
Oh, man.
Honor
I
you
tell
tonight.
You,
For being on your show. God bless you.
Yeah, it's a blessing when God has given you the opportunity to surround yourself
Amen.
with great people that love the Lord.
Yes.
And oh man, I'm just overwhelmed. It's just so much fun and joy.
Yes, sir.
You know, and joy is the key to
Amen.
all.
Amen.
And when you can give your heart and your soul to the creator of the world
Yes.
that made all
Yes.
of this possible.
Yes.
See, you acknowledge, and once you get to the point where you can acknowledge and know that all good things, whatever it is, it came from the Lord.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Jesus the Christ.
Yes.
Talking about Christ
T-A-C.
in the house. Thank you, chosen one.
Not a
You're
problem.
awesome. Thank you, Pastor Muldron. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
give me 5,
God bless you.
and then I can hit you across there. So we're so grateful. Tune in next week, 5:30 every Tuesday, and you can catch us on demand 24/7. Take care, and God bless you all.